Welcome back to Fort Lauderdale.
You guys, who is ready for touring the city with us, part 2?
Yeah, in a Mustang convertible.
So if you missed our last video, so we actually live here in Fort Lauderdale. If you have to be new to our channel,
yes,
we've lived here for 5 years, and we thought it would be really fun to give you guys a tour of the city, show you our favorite things to do, see, stay, eat, all those things.
All the good stuff.
Now in part 1 of this video, we'll link it down below. We started off by we rented a convertible because we truly believe there are so many beautiful sights to see here in Fort Lauderdale.
Look at this right now, for example. Look at those palm trees. You guys see that? The palm trees right above us.
You're just going to take it all in.
You're not getting that in a Corolla. I mean, just look what's ahead of us right now. Look at that. I mean, the view is just spectacular inside a convertible.
You can actually choose from an extraordinary selection of over 1,400 makes and models. So pretty much any kind of car you are wanting to have, you can get, but it's the actual car rather than, you know, when you go through car rental companies, it's like this category or similar. You never really know what you're going to get with Turo. You know the exact car. It's so easy to book and use right on their app. They have hundreds of local hosts that rent their cars on Turo. And probably my most favorite thing about renting on Turo is the convenience factor of it. You know, when you've had a long travel day and then you're like, oh, we got to go pick up the rental car, wait in those long lines. So with Turo, you get to skip the car rental counter at hundreds of airports in the United States and coordinate with your host directly through the app, which is great. So like with this one, we literally just put our location. We went and picked it up like 5 minutes away from our house, or you can pick it up right at the airport. You can even have it delivered to you, which is awesome. Anyways, I could go on and on about Turo, you guys. It's definitely our favorite way to explore a city, rent cars.
Yeah. Anyways, if you guys have never rented for Turo, we highly recommend it. You get to do stuff like this. We're on Las Olas right now.
So we will put a link where you can book on Turo down below, or you can scan the QR code right now. But for now, you guys, we just got onto Las Olas Boulevard.
This place is beautiful. This is why you got to have a convertible.
Oh my gosh, look at this. It is by far one of our favorite streets here in Fort Lauderdale. Probably my favorite street in Fort Lauderdale.
Easy.
Hands down.
Look at this view over here. We got water on this side. So some fun facts about Fort Lauderdale. It is actually the yachting capital of the world, which means there are more yachts here than anywhere else. And another thing is that it is called the Venice of America, where we're at right this second. That's because the Intercoastal Waterway has tons of different channels that kind of cut off through this neighborhood that cuts through Las Olas, and it's unbelievable for just touring around. Oh
my gosh, you guys, that is probably one of my favorite things, and what makes Fort Lauderdale so unique are all the waterways here. Like seriously, when you look on a map, there's so much water here, so many beautiful boats. The neighborhoods on the waterways are so fun to explore. That is probably one of my top things I recommend when you visit here, is just plan some time to go drive around Venice and the neighborhoods, and you get to just take in the beauty of it. It's just so unique. So speaking of the waterways and everything, one of our favorite things to do that you should put on your list is to tour the city by boat. Now,
that is an absolute must.
Yes, you hands down, best way to see the city is by boat, just because, as we said, it's just so unique here. So there's a couple ways you can do that, depending on how much time you have. Say you just have a few hours and you don't have much time, we highly recommend jumping onto the water taxi.
They are everywhere. There's 15 spots peppered throughout Fort Lauderdale. You can go to Water Taxi's website and just kind of see where you can be picked up at.
Yeah, so you can buy a day pass. I think it's around $30, and you can hop on and off the taxi depending on where you want to go, but it's a great way to take in the sights. Now, if you want to do something a little more adventurous and kind of do things on your own time, we highly recommend renting a boat. We have a favorite company we always go with. They are awesome, but they will pretty much create any itinerary you want, whether you want to go for 4 hours, whether you need a captain for the boat, and that way you can go explore, you can go to sandbars, you can go either north or south and just make a really fun day of it, but highly recommend that.
Or say that you have even more time, but you don't want to do something like that, you just want to do something a little bit more laid back with the family. We suggest Jungle Queen, and that thing is awesome. Yeah, the Jungle Queen is really fun, almost like a Louisiana type feel to it, but really fun. It starts in downtown Fort Lauderdale, so funny enough, if you watched our first video along A1A where all the hotels are, a lot of people don't know this, but downtown Fort Lauderdale is actually not that area. It's not right against the ocean. Nope.
So we are on Olas Blvd right now, and that is actually kind of the heart of downtown Fort Lauderdale at the end of the street.
So now we're cruising into downtown Fort Lauderdale on Olas Blvd. This place is just super pretty. There are so many different restaurants that you guys can check out, and we're gonna point out some of our favorites.
Yeah, so on the weekends, you guys, this place is definitely packed. It's such a vibe out here. This restaurant
right here, Casa Sensei.
That's kind of a fun restaurant. It's on this little canal right here. Super fun. You can actually rent these little boats and you can eat dinner on the boats, which is really cool. We've never done it.
Right next to it is called Louie Bossi's. This is by far the most popular restaurant in all of Fort Lauderdale. It is Italian food and it is always packed.
Oh my gosh, yes. In terms of Italian, it definitely is high up on the list for sure. It is delicious. We recommend the spaghetti and meatballs. So delicious. I love how there's so many trees that just overhang the streets right here. See how it's just like quaint feeling. There's a ton of different little ice cream shops here, gelato shops, dessert places.
Keel is a really famous ice cream place out here that everyone loves to go to. Right across the street from Keel is Yogurt. So if you like froyo, great place to come.
Now over here on the left is a famous hotel. If you're wanting to stay in this area of Fort Lauderdale, it is the Riverside Hotel. It's this big green hotel, and the reason it's called the Riverside Hotel is because it actually sits on the river that runs through downtown Fort Lauderdale. Now we're in the heart of downtown Fort Lauderdale. We got like Fleming's over here, lots of different steakhouses, which if you're in the mood for steak, there's definitely no shortage of steakhouses and seafood places here.
One thing I would say is that people do not know that Fort Lauderdale downtown is way far from the beach.
Yeah, you're a good like 10 minutes from the beach, which is kind of funny. As you can tell, this is a little more
city business
feel.
Yeah. Right off Las Olas is the New River. We would highly recommend just coming down here, walking. You can, hang out. In fact, the water taxi will drop you off here. And the reason it's called like the Riverwalk is because, well, the New River goes right along the road right here.
If you're looking for a very chill activity, this is a great leisurely. You can just come walk along here, grab a bite to eat. As you guys can see, this is definitely a fun way just to come spend an afternoon. You can do some shopping. They have like Tommy Bahamas, lots of different Subi shops around here. Great shopping, kind of no matter what you're looking for.
This place right here, Voodoo Bayou. You got to go there for the beignets.
Yeah, the beignets are really good.
The beignets are delicious right there.
And there's quite a few restaurants along here we have not tried, you guys. There's actually some new ones that just opened up that we're excited to try. So make sure you're subscribed because we will be going and trying out a lot of those, which will be really fun.
I have tried out this place right here.
El
Camino. I did not think it was the greatest, but it does have super high reviews. In fact, it's one of the highest rated.
Also, a really fun shop that we love
called Quiet Storm, and they have really good subis in there. One of our new favorite restaurants is right here. It is called Earl's, and it actually sits up atop and down below right here. It is always bumping, and the food here is absolutely delicious.
Another one of our faves is right here. It's called Even Keel. It's known for their seafood. It's kind of a more casual type seafood, but really fun, yummy food. Their fries are really good, so is their calamari. There's a new Korean barbecue place right here where you like cook your stuff, you cook your meat and everything yourself, which looks really fun. Another new place that we want to try is called Catch and Cut. This recently opened up this past month and it looks really good, so we're anxious to go try out that. Rocco's Tacos, that's another place that has really high reviews.
We have been there. We did not love it.
We would not recommend that. Instead, we suggest going to a place called Taco Craft.
Yes.
Now, Taco Craft, if you watch our channel, you know all about Taco Craft, but they have two locations near us. They have one in downtown Fort Lauderdale that's great. The tacos are amazing. Or we recommend the one in a little town called Lauderdale by the Sea.
That's our favorite.
Yes, it's just outside of Fort Lauderdale. It's like in the greater Fort Lauderdale area, but it is in the cutest little beach area, town, very cute little town to go walk around and explore as well. So 100%. I would definitely, if you have a car and you have some time, I would definitely put that on your list.
Now, if you like Indian food, right there, Bombay Darbar. That place is so good.
It's so good, and it's such a fun atmosphere. If you're into Indian food, it's like a giant ballroom almost.
Amazing.
Such a fun dinner experience. All right, so one of our favorite brunch places in downtown Fort Lauderdale, it's called Cafe Bastille.
It's right here. This place has all-day brunch, and it is amazing.
It is, and it's so cute, like the cutest little setting. You're like outside on the patio, right on a little waterway. very, I would say that's probably my favorite brunch place that we have found so far.
Now, one restaurant that we forgot to mention that your family would absolutely love is called 15th Street Fishery, and this place is amazing. It's got beautiful views, and that's because it sits literally right on the intercoastal. And one of the most, by far, the coolest things to do there is actually they have an activity there that you can feed tarpon fish, and they are massive. They are huge fish.
Yeah, and the food, it's just a very relaxed, chilled. You can eat on the dock side. It's actually where boats pull up to fuel.
Yeah.
Or they have a higher end restaurant upstairs. Now, I will say
the food is okay.
It's okay, but the views are incredible.
Amazing.
And then feeding the tarpon, you can go buy little shrimp and feed them, and it's such a cool experience. So very, very recommend. The last neighborhood we wanted to take you guys through that I would highly recommend putting on your list if you just want to tour the city is called Victoria Park neighborhood. So this is one of my favorite neighborhoods. It's very quaint, beautiful homes in here, very quiet and peaceful. And
there's often duckies this little park over here. So this is called Victoria Park Road, the road that we're on.
Yeah, so if you just take this, you can either walk or drive down it, but it is just tree lined as you can see around us. Hopefully it's picking it up everywhere, you guys. In just a second, there are these massive trees that you're almost in a tunnel that we're coming up on. And right now, so if you're seeing this video, we're videoing this in May here. So summer's right around the corner, but everything is blooming here. So we have so many different trees going on, and it is just it's so unique and so beautiful. I could drive this road every day. Sometimes we do. I will just have Jared come and just drive this with me just because I love it so much. You see this above us? It is just covered in trees. All the homes here, a lot of them have been renovated or new, and just all the different styles. I don't know about you, but when I travel to new places, I love just looking at all the different homes and just how people live. And I don't know, I could do this all day long.
This part right here is probably my favorite part because it's literally the trees enclose the street.
Yeah, they're just everywhere, and we get to take it all in. Like we said, by getting a convertible, it's so fun to take it all in. Now, I will say, we do get asked often, what is the best time of year to visit Fort Lauderdale? So that is a very good question. A lot of people would assume summer, but in our opinion, it is
way too hot.
Way too hot to come here. Come here, honestly, I would say probably February.
I'd say February, March, April are probably the primo time to come.
Yes.
However, March and April, it's spring break for a lot of the country, and everyone comes, it feels to Fort Lauderdale.
But the weather, we're basing this off of weather. The weather is beautiful. It's actually really beautiful in December and January as well. However, it's not quite as hot. You still can have beach days, but you're not going to get those really just warm, perfect 80 days. Yeah. And the humidity is barely anything during the winter months here, which we absolutely love. As soon as May hits, right now, you guys, the humidity is already kicked in and it is hot. So just a fair warning. Now, I will say that doesn't mean you can't come here in the summer, because I know a lot of people travel. Obviously, kids are out of school and everything, and you travel in the summer. So it doesn't mean you can't come here. Just be prepared for the heat.
I think that the best bang for buck is going to be in January, towards the end of January, before Valentine's Day or right after Valentine's Day, because it's just going to be before the spring breakers. The weather's still going to be super, super nice. No humidity. It's going to be warming up a little bit. And there's going to be no seaweed on the beaches. It's just pristine.
Yes, and you guys, obviously we didn't go into all the beach activities, but there's so much you can do. You can go to the beach, you can do jet skiing, kayaking, paddleboarding, obviously lots of that stuff.
Scuba diving, snorkeling.
You can also, if you want to go a little bit outside of Fort Lauderdale, you can do the fun airboat tours and go see alligators.
We've done a whole tour on that. We'll link that down below as well.
Yes, we actually have a Fort Lauderdale playlist that you can go check out a lot of those videos. But I think, you guys, that kind of concludes the tour of the city. Between this video and our previous video, I feel like we've covered
everything,
the major parts of Fort Lauderdale that you can't miss.
I know.
If you guys have any questions, let us know down below. We'd be happy to answer them. Obviously, we absolutely love it here. We planned on living here a year, and we're here 5 years later.
Yep.
And it is just such a unique city, so hopefully you get the chance to come see it. If you don't, hopefully you got to experience it through our video today.
So with that, it was fun being your guys' tour guide. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.